Life isn't gentle. It doesn't ask if you're ready. It doesn't wait for you to toughen up. It doesn't care about your excuses. It comes with storms, with betrayals, with failures so heavy you forget how to breathe. And you will be tested. Not once, not for a season, but again and again. Life will set you on fire. You will lose people you thought would stay forever. You will fail at things you gave everything to. You will be mocked, doubted, left behind. You will watch dreams burn to ash. And in those moments, you will face the question, will this fire destroy me or forge me? The weak collapse. They drown in bitterness. They blame fate. They numb themselves until they're hollow. But the strong, the ones who refuse to die while breathing, they step into the fire. They endure the heat. They let it shape them, not shatter them. They are not burned. They are forged. The Stoics didn't promise an easy life. They promised an earned life. A life of courage, a life of clarity, a life of meaning. But only for those willing to suffer without surrendering, to lose without losing themselves, to stand when there's nothing left to lean on. You want a life you're proud of? Good. Understand this. You don't become strong in comfort. You become strong in fire. The pain you hate, it's your forge. The failure you fear, it's your teacher. The heartbreak you thought would break you, it's your hammer and anvil. This is not about avoiding pain. This is about becoming so strong that pain polishes you. This is the way of the Stoic. This is the way of the unbreakable. You will be tested. Good, let them test you. You are not here to crumble. You are here to rise, forged by fire. Nobody escapes the first fires. You might think you're alone. You might think you're cursed. You're not. Everyone gets burned. It starts young. You trust someone. They betray you. You dream big. You fall flat. You give your best. And it's not enough. You love and lose. And something inside you fractures. You start to doubt. You start to shrink. You start to armor yourself. But in all the wrong ways. Not with strength. With numbness. With cynicism. With fear. The first fire doesn't just hurt you. It lies to you. It says, you're broken. You'll never be enough. Dreams are for fools. Love is weakness. Trust nothing. Hope for nothing. Risk nothing. And if you listen, you lose. Not in one grand moment, but slowly, quietly, piece by piece, until one day you realize you didn't survive the fire. You surrendered to it. The Stoics saw it clearly. Life must burn away your illusions. Your illusion of control. Your illusion of fairness. Your illusion of permanence. The fire is not your enemy. It's reality, unmasked. The question is not whether you will be burned. The question is whether you will be forged. Everyone faces these first fires. Pain, the betrayal, the loss, the physical suffering. You can't avoid it, but you can decide, will this open me or close me? Loss. Everything you love is temporary. The Stoic prepares for this and loves even harder because of it. Failure. You will try, you will fall, you will bleed, and the world will watch to see if you stay down. Don't give them the satisfaction. Pain is the forge. Loss is the forge. Failure is the forge. And if you resist the process, you remain soft, fragile, bitter. If you embrace it, you become unbreakable. You have already walked through fire. You already carry the scars. Good. Those scars are not signs of weakness. They are proof that you were tested and survived. Now it's time to forge them into armor. You are just getting started. Fire doesn't care what you want. It burns without mercy. But what happens next? That's on you. Some people get burned, they shrink, they blame. They spend the rest of their lives licking their wounds. They let one failure define all their future choices. They turn pain into an identity, not a lesson. They weren't destroyed by life. They were destroyed by their response. Some people get forged. They feel the pain fully and move anyway. They bury the past, but carry the lesson. They take the scar and sharpen their vision. They use the loss as a hammer, not a tombstone. They weren't born stronger. They chose differently. The fire burned them too, but they turned it into fuel. Here's the brutal truth. You are not special because you've suffered. Everyone suffers. You are special if you build something with that suffering. Strength, wisdom, depth, courage. Pain is raw material. You decide what it becomes. 2 responses to fire. 1. The victim. Why me? It's not fair. I can't recover from this. The warrior. Why not me? I will endure. I will rise with more than I had before. Both feel the same fire. Only one walks out stronger. Marcus Aurelius didn't control the plagues, wars, or betrayals. He controlled himself. Epictetus didn't choose slavery. He chose freedom of mind. Seneca didn't beg for mercy from Nero. He met death with steady hands. Their lives weren't easy. They were earned. They were forged. You're standing at that same crossroad. The fire is here. The heat is real. You can collapse, or you can rise harder, sharper, cleaner than before. It's not fate that decides, it's you. Forged or burned, choose. The Stoics didn't escape pain, they embraced it. They treated hardship the way a blacksmith treats iron. Heat it, hammer it, shape it, until it becomes something unbreakable. Every great Stoic lived through hell. Marcus Aurelius ruled during wars, famine, and plague. He didn't whine, he wrote. Epictetus was born a slave, crippled by cruelty. He didn't beg, he taught freedom of mind. Seneca lost everything, status, wealth, power, and faced death calmly. He didn't curse fate, he accepted it with honor. They were not lucky, they were not chosen, they were forged. How the Stoics transformed hardship. 1. They expected the fire. Pain didn't surprise them. They trained for it. Every morning, Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, today you will meet with ungratefulness, betrayal, arrogance, deceit. If you expect the battle, you are never ambushed. 2. They refused to waste their pain. Every hardship was treated like a lesson, a sharpening. Betrayal taught them loyalty to their own values. Loss taught them gratitude for every breath. Pain taught them endurance beyond emotion. Nothing was wasted. Every scar was recycled into strength. 3. They focused on the only true power, their response. They couldn't control death, plague, tyranny, betrayal, but they could control their character, their action, their inner peace, and they guarded that power like a king guards his crown. You have the same forge in front of you. You don't need perfect conditions, approval, more time, more money. You need a new relationship with hardship. You don't curse the fire. You become worthy of it. Blacksmith your soul. Like a Stoic, expect difficulty, respect pain, extract lessons, refine response, hammer daily discipline, sharpen through reflection, temper with gratitude. Pain doesn't weaken you unless you resist it. Hardship doesn't break you unless you refuse to grow through it. You are not fragile. You are raw material. You are the blade, and life is the forge. Let the hammer fall. Smile into the fire. You are being shaped. You don't build an unbreakable mind by reading quotes. You build it by sweating in silence, daily, relentlessly, brick by brick, battle by battle. Here's how real armor is built, the Stoic way. 1. Own your mornings. Before the world demands you, before distractions seduce you, before fear whispers in your ear. Own your mind. No phone for the first 30 minutes. 3 deep breaths to anchor the soul. Write down one thing you fear, and one action you'll take anyway. Set your code for the day. I will act with courage. I will focus on virtue, not emotion. I will choose reason over impulse. You don't start the day reactive, you start it armed. 2. Practice voluntary discomfort. The body needs tension to grow. The mind is no different. Take the cold shower. Fast when you don't have to. Speak the uncomfortable truth. Train when you're tired. Walk alone without music or noise. Every small hardship you choose prepares you for the ones you didn't choose. Train in peace for the wars of life. 3. Clean your mind daily. Marcus Aurelius journaled. Epictetus questioned his thoughts. Seneca reflected brutally. Why? Because the unexamined mind becomes a landfill of weakness. Each night, what did I do well? Where did I fall short? How will I improve tomorrow? Reflection isn't self-punishment, it's self-mastery. Sharpen daily or rust. 4. Follow a code, not a mood. Your feelings will betray you. You'll feel tired when you need to act. You'll feel angry when you need clarity. You'll feel afraid when you need courage. But your code, your principles, will not. A Stoic lives by his code, especially when he doesn't feel like it. Example, I will speak truth even if my voice shakes. I will train my body even if my mind complains. I will choose effort over excuses. Discipline isn't about feeling ready, it's about acting anyway. 5. Prepare to lose everything and still stand. Everything you love is on loan. Your health, your wealth, your people. You own nothing. Prepare for loss. Appreciate fully. Cling to nothing. The man who needs nothing fears nothing. This is how you build your armor. Quiet mornings, chosen hardships, brutal reflection, unbreakable code, courageous detachment, not once, not when you feel like it, every single day. Final thought for this scene. You are not here to be comfortable. You are here to become unshakable. Discipline is the blacksmith's hammer. Routine is the fire. Armor yourself, because the next battle is coming, and the time to prepare is now. You will die, not someday, far away, maybe soon, maybe suddenly, maybe quietly, with nobody watching. You don't get to know when. You only get to decide how you live before it comes. The Stoics didn't deny death. They stared it in the face every day. Memento mori, remember you must die. Not to fear it, not to escape it, but to fuel life with it. Death is the final fire. You are not racing against other people. You are racing against the clock. Every dream you delay, every truth you silence, every act of courage you postpone, the clock devours it. Death will burn everything you built, except one thing: the way you lived, the character you forged, the battles you fought, the courage you showed. That's the only thing that echoes after you're gone. The Stoic legacy mindset: live so that death finds you ready, not regretful. Speak what matters before it's too late. Build what matters while your hands still work. Love who matters while their eyes still meet yours. Forgive quickly, act bravely, leave no greatness locked inside you. You're not here to pass time. You're here to leave a mark so deep that even death bows to it. Not fame, not fortune, but something far greater, the respect of your own soul, the pride of a life fully used, the immortality of living well. Once, death is coming. Smile, because it means you have today one more chance to build, one more chance to love, one more chance to live like it matters. You are not waiting for the fire. You are meeting it, forged, armored, ready. You weren't born for comfort. You weren't made to coast through life, to hide, to numb, to apologize for your strength. You were made to be forged. You were made for the storms. You were made for the heartbreaks. You were made for the betrayals. You were made for the long, brutal battles that nobody claps for. Because every time you faced the fire, you were being shaped, sharpened, hardened, tempered into something no easy life could ever produce. You want to know who you really are? You find out when everything falls apart, when nobody's watching, when there's no applause, and you move anyway, when you're scared and you speak anyway, when you're tired and you rise anyway, when you're wounded and you keep fighting anyway. That's you. Not the masks, not the titles, not the distractions. The soul that chooses courage over fear, again and again and again. The world is fire. Good? You were forged for this. Stand tall, act boldly, speak clearly, move fiercely, leave nothing behind. You're not here to survive. You're here to leave ashes in your wake and a life that mattered.